Dear students, welcome to this lecture on general account of chromosomal alteration. As you know that each species of plant and animal is characterized by a particular chromosome complement or set, represented once in monoploid cells and twice in diploid cells. Possession of such sets of chromosomes or genomes gives to each species a specific chromosome number. But irregularities in nuclear division or accidents like radiation exposure may disrupt interphase chromosome, so that cells or entire organisms with altered genomes may be formed. Such disruptions in the normal chromosome complement of a cell is called chromosomal alterations or aberrations. Chromosomal alterations may include whole genomes, entire single chromosomes, or just parts of chromosomes. Chromosomal alterations can occur spontaneously, or they can be induced by chemical or radiation treatment. They can be detected by genetic analysis, that is, by changes in the linkage arrangement of genes. As far as the classification is concerned, chromosomal alterations fall under two major classes. First, structural chromosomal alterations, and second, numerical chromosomal alterations. Structural chromosomal alterations involve parts of individual chromosomes rather than whole chromosomes or sets of chromosomes. There are four common types of structural chromosomal alterations, that is, deletions, duplications, inversions, and translocations. A deletion is a chromosomal alteration involving the loss of a segment of a chromosome. The deleted segment may be located anywhere along the chromosome. When the missing segment contains a telomere of the affected chromosome, it is called terminal deletion. Such deletions are believed to be uncommon. However, when the missing segment does not contain a telomere, such deletions are known as interstitial or intercalary. Deletions are often lethal, even in heterozygous form, leading to loss of vital genes or to gene imbalances. This may be true to very small deletions, particularly in haploid organisms. Deletions can be used to determine the physical location of a gene on a chromosome. For example, in Drosophila, the banding patterns of polytene chromosomes are very useful, visible landmarks for deletion mapping of genes. The principle of the method is that the deletion of the dominant allele of a heterozygote results in the manifestation of the phenotype of the recessive allele. This unexpected expression of a recessive trait caused by the absence of a dominant allele is called pseudodominance. Now, duplication. A duplication is a chromosomal alteration that results in the doubling of a segment of a chromosome. The extrachromosomal segment may be located immediately after the normal segment in precisely the same orientation. Such duplication is called tandem duplication. When the gene sequence in the extra segment is in the opposite order of the original, it is known as reverse tandem duplication. In some cases, the extra segment may be located in the same chromosome, but away from the normal segment. Such cases are termed as displaced duplications. When the duplicated segment is located into a non-homologous chromosome, it is called translocation duplication. A chromosome carrying a duplication or a deficiency shows a characteristic loop when it pairs at meiosis with the normal homologue. The loop represents the material that has no counterpart in the homologue. Now, inversions. An inversion is a phenomenon in which a segment of chromosome is oriented in the reverse direction. When the inverted segment includes the centromere, the inversion is called a pericentric inversion. However, when the inverted segment occurs on one chromosome arm and does not include the centromere, the inversion is called a pericentric inversion. The gene sequence in an inverted segment is exactly the opposite of that in its normal homologous segment. Therefore, inversions can be detected by a comparison of linkage maps of the normal and the inverted chromosomes. Inversions have no physiological effects if the inversion point do not fall within a gene. However, there can be phenotypic consequences when the breakpoints occur within a gene or within regions that control gene expression. The meiotic consequences of a chromosomal inversion depends on whether the inversion occurs in a homozygote or a heterozygote. If the inversion is homozygous, then meiosis will take place normally, and there are no problems related to the gene duplication or deletions. However, crossing over within heterozygotes has serious problems in chromosome pairing at meiosis, and recombination within the characteristic loop leads to chromosomes with duplications, deficiencies, and in some cases two centromeres, that is dicentric, after recombination in meiosis. A translocation occurs when a part of one chromosome is transferred to another non-homologous chromosome. Two principal types of translocations can be recognized, that is simple and reciprocal. Simple translocation involves the transfer of a segment in one direction from one chromosome to another. Reciprocal translocations occur when parts of chromosomes are exchanged between non-homologous chromosomes. Unless inversions or translocations involve breaks within a gene, these chromosomal alterations do not produce mutant phenotypes. Rather, these alterations have significant consequences in meiosis when they are heterozygous with normal sequences. In some cases, however, phenotypic effects of inversions or translocations occur because of a phenomenon called position effect. That is, a change in the phenotypic expression of one or more genes as a result of a change in position in the genome. Dear students, as far as the origin is concerned, all four classes of structural chromosomal alterations result from breakage and improper rejoining of chromosome fragments, or from illegitimate recombination events. Chromosomal breakage occurs spontaneously in a low frequency. However, they can be induced in a relatively high frequency by several radiations and chemical agents. In addition, some genes are also known to induce chromosome breakage, like activated dissociator gene of maize and other transposable elements of eukaryotes. Dear students, the second major class of chromosomal alteration, that is numerical chromosomal alteration, which represents a deviation from the diploid state, which is often referred to as heteroploidy, and individuals possessing the variant chromosome numbers are known as heteroploids. The various heteroploid states may be grouped into two classes, that is aneuploidy and euploidy. As far as aneuploidy is concerned, aneuploidy involves either gain or loss of one or several chromosomes to the normal set of chromosomes. Aneuploids with such gain or loss in individual chromosomes can seriously disturb the normal phenotype, often to the point of lethality. Aneuploidy is lethal in animals. So, in mammals, it is detected mainly in aborted fetuses. plants are more often aneuploid. In most plants, a single extra chromosome or a missing chromosome has a more severe effects on phenotype than by the presence of a complete extra set of chromosomes. Each chromosome that is extra or missing results in a characteristic phenotype. In diploid organisms, aneuploid variations take four main forms, that is nullisomy, monosomy, trisomy and tetrasomy. Nullisomy involves a loss of one homologous chromosome pair. This could arise if non-disjunction occurs for the same chromosome in meiosis in both parents, producing each with no copies of that chromosome and one copy of all other chromosomes in the set. Now monosomy. Monosomy involves a loss of a single chromosome, which can arise if non-disjunction in meiosis in parent produce a gamete with no copies of a particular chromosome and one copy of all other chromosomes in the set. Trisomy involves a single extra chromosome, that is, the cell has 3 copies of one chromosome type and 2 copies of every other chromosome type. Tetrasomy involves an extra chromosome pair resulting in the presence of 4 copies of every other chromosome type. Such aneuploidy arise if non-disjunction occurs for the same chromosome in meiosis in both parents, producing gamete each with 2 copies of that chromosome and 1 copy of all other chromosomes in the set. Now, the other form of changes of chromosome number is the increase or decrease of the number of sets of chromosomes. This is called euploid variation. Euploid variation are designated with reference to the diploid state. These variations may be grouped into 2 broad categories, that is monoploidy and polyploidy. Dear students, monoploidy denotes the presence of a single copy of a single genome. Monoploidy is seen rarely in normally diploid organisms. Many monoploids probably do not survive because of the presence of recessive lethal mutations in the chromosome. Certain species produce monoploid organisms as a normal part of their life cycle. Some male insects like ants and bees are normally monoploid because they develop from unfertilized eggs. Consequently, these individuals will be sterile. Polyploidy is the situation in which a cell or organism has more than its normal number of sets of chromosomes. Polyploidy is rare in animals because it interferes with the sex balance, and variation from the diploid number results in sterility. However, there are some polyploid animal species such as North American sucker, which is a freshwater fish. Polyploidy is much more common in plants. Roughly 1 of 3 known species of flowering plants are polyploids. 2 types of polyploidy is encountered in plants, that is autopolyploidy and allopolyploidy. As far as the autopolyploidy is concerned, all the sets of chromosomes originate in the same species. The condition probably results from a defect in meiosis, which leads to diploid or triploid gametes. If a diploid gamete fuses with a normal haploid gamete, the zygote and the organism that develops from it will be triploid. Dear students, one generalization that has been made is that autopolyploids are larger than their diploid counterparts. For example, their flowers and fruits are larger in size, which appears to be the result of larger cell size than cell number. This increased size does offer some commercial advantages. Now, in allopolyploidy, the sets of chromosomes come from different, though usually related species. This situation can arise if two different species interbreed to produce an organism with one set of each parent's chromosome, and then both chromosome sets double. Dear students, a classical example of allopolyploidy results from crosses between cabbages and radishes. With this, I hope you might have understood the basic concepts of structural and numerical alterations. Thank you, students.